Hello everyone, I am Praveen, a third semester student at the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Let's discuss the first problem. Here in the first problem, there is a fluid flowing in xy plane, and we have been given the x component of this flow, and we have been asked to get the y component of this steady incompressible flow. Since the flow is incompressible, so the equation of continuity would be del u by del x plus del v by del y equals to 0. And we have the expression for u, so we will get the value of del u by del x, which we will put inside this equation of continuity to get the value of del v by del y. From here we will get the value of del v, which we will later integrate. Here we integrated it to get the value for the y component of this velocity, which comes out to be minus a times y square over 2 minus by plus function in x. Now, the question asks us to find a possible y component of this steady incompressible flow. Since this fx can take infinitely many values, and one of those values can be 0, so one possible y component for this steady incompressible flow would be minus times y square over 2 minus 6y. Now, the second part asks if this y component of velocity is also valid for unsteady incompressible flow. The answer would be no, it is not valid, because in case of unsteady incompressible flow, velocity also depends on time. Also, if we differentiate this y component of the velocity with respect to time, it would be 0, which otherwise would have been non-zero. Now, the third part asks as to how many y components are possible. Since we have a function of x in the expression for y component, which can take infinitely many values and will also change the y component accordingly. Hence, infinitely many y components are possible. Now, moving on to the next problem. Here we have been given a velocity field v in xy plane, and we have to determine whether or not this flow is incompressible. Also, we have been asked to calculate the acceleration of a fluid particle at point x at point 2 comma 1. From this velocity field, uh, u would be, that is the x component of the velocity would be a times x to the power 4 minus 6x square y square plus y to the power 4, and y component of the velocity would be a times 4xy cube minus 4x cube y. Now we will find out del u by del x, which comes out to be a times 4x cube minus 12xy square, and similarly we will find out del v by del y, which is a times 12xy square minus 4x cube. And we know that for a two-dimensional incompressible flow, the continuity equation would be del u by del x plus del v by del y equals to 0. So we will put the value of del u by del x and del v by del y in this equation, and the sum turns out to be 0. It means the continuity equation for an incompressible flow is satisfied, and so this flow is a possible incompressible flow. Now we have to find the acceleration of a fluid particle at point 2 comma 1, and for that we will first find out the x component of the acceleration and then y component of the acceleration, and we'll then get the resultant of both. We know that x component of the acceleration is equal to u times del u by del x plus v times del u by del y plus del u by del t. This del u by del t would be 0, since the velocity field, this velocity field does not depend on t, that is, it does not changes with time. So the x component of the acceleration would be, after putting in the values of del u by del x and del u by del y into this equation, this expression, we get the x component of the acceleration equal to 62.5 meter per second square. Similarly, we will calculate the y component of the acceleration. The expression for y component is u times del v by del x plus v times del v by del y plus del p by del t. And again, this del v by del t term would be 0 since the velocity does not depend on time. We will again calculate the value of del v by del x and del v by del y and put in inside this expression to get the value of y component of the acceleration, which comes out to be 31.25 meter per second square. Now we have the y component of the acceleration, we have the x component of the acceleration. So to get the total acceleration, the magnitude, we will find out the resultant of these two components, and the magnitude of the acceleration at point 2 comma 1 comes out to be 69.88 meter per second square. Now the third problem. Here there is an incompressible liquid with negligible viscosity flowing steadily through a horizontal pipe, and the pipe's diameter varies linearly as we move along the length, and we have been asked to find the expression for the acceleration of a fluid particle along the pipe center line. Also, we have to plot two graphs. One is center line velocity versus position along the pipe, and the other one is acceleration versus position along the pipe. This is the schematic diagram. This is this wider section has the radius 2 inch since the diameter is 4 inch, and this is small r, the smaller radius is 0.5 inch since the diameter is 1 inch, and this length is 6 feet, and 1 feet contains 12 inches, so this length is 72 inch. Since the flow is incompressible, the equation of continuity would be A1 V1 equals to A2 V2. Now we will have to calculate A1 and A2. For A1, we have the radius equals to 2 inches. So A1 would be pi into 2 square, that is pi into 4. And for A2, we need to calculate the radius at some distance x from point A, somewhere here. For that, we need to calculate the radius first. Since we know that the diameter changes linearly, so the radius will also change linearly. So the rate of change of radius would be total change in radius upon length, which comes out to be 1 by 48. And so the radius at x distance from point A would be capital R minus the rate of change into the position x, which comes out to be 2 minus x by 48. And so the area A2 would be pi times 2 minus x over 48 whole square. We put the value of A1 and A2 in the equation of continuity, and we get the expression pi into 4 into 36 equals to pi into 2 minus x by 48 whole square into V2. Here 36 is V1, and V1 is the inlet center line velocity, which is 3 feet per second, means 36 inch per second, and V2 is what we have to find. So after some manipulation, V2 comes out to be 144 over 2 minus x by 48 whole square inch per second. Now we have the expression for the required center line velocity V2, and from this we will find out the acceleration, which would be V2 times dV2 by dx, which comes out to be at 64 over 2 minus x by 48 whole to the power 5 inch per second square. Now we have the expression for center line velocity V2 and the required acceleration. So we will now proceed to draw the graph. The first one is center line velocity V2 versus the position along the pipe x. And here we go, this is the graph. Along the y-axis we have the center line velocity V2 in inch per second, and along the x-axis we have the position in inch. This is the expression V2. Now the second graph is acceleration versus position along the pipe, and this is the graph. Along the y-axis, we have the acceleration in inch per second square. This is the expression for the acceleration, which is x64 upon 2 minus x by 48 all to the power 5. And this along the x-axis, we have position along the pipe, x in inch.